Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this card making tutorial. This is the lovely card we're making today. It's just this lovely little card here, and it has this beautiful turned over top here, and this gives a spot for this secret little tag or tuck spot here that you can put either some tickets or a tag, gift voucher, whatever you want, and I think it's just a lovely way to give a little gift. So let me show you how I made this lovely card. So this card base here is Bubble Bath. We're going to do it slightly different this time. We're going to do slightly different variation. We're going to use Summer Splash. We're going to use the same paper. Well, it's a different pattern, but from the same collection, and it's the Florals in Blue. So we've got a piece of basic white, and this is going to go for our insert. So let's do that. Now all the measurements will be on the blog post, and you can find the link to that in the description box below, so don't worry about that. So let's put it on the inside. That was a quick save. There we go. Alright, and I'm just going to take my tissue and wipe off that glue from the front, just like that. Now we're ready to do some little bit of scoring, so I'm going to set that aside for a second. And I've got a piece here of the designer series paper, and this should measure 14.35 centimeters by 10, and it does. So we're going to do a little bit of scoring, so I'm going to bring in my trimmer quickly, and I want to mark here. You're going to score from here down to here. And I think this is, if I remember rightly off the top of my head, was 5 centimeters. I'm just going to verify it. Let's see where it is. 6 centimeters though. Just as well I checked. 6 centimeters. So all I'm going to do is on this side, on the long side, I'm going to measure 6 centimeters. And I'm just going to mark that with my pencil. Just like that. And then I know I want to score from that mark. I can see it, I can, to the point on the other side. Just like that. And remember, your grey blade is your light grey. I'm not going to bother to rub that out, because you won't see that at all once you've folded it over. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to find my bone folder, which is currently hiding from me. Here it is. And I'm just going to fold this over, you see. Just give it a good burnish. I have another piece of the designer series paper, and this just measures about 10 by about 8 centimeters long. And I'm going to put this here. You can have either pattern, but I wanted the contrasting patterns, so let's put that along the top. And now for this, we're going to put some glue right up to the score line along the edges, and we're just going to fold it over like that. And then this is going to go on our card here. So what I want to do is get the glue off my fingers to start off with, which is always a good thing. Make sure there's no glue in any wonky places there. And then we're going to put glue on 3 sides, not the diagonal side, but the other 3 sides. We're just going to run a slim bead of glue, and I prefer to have a wet glue for this, because I feel it will dry, whereas a dry adhesive will always be tacky and maybe will catch more, so I don't want that to happen. So just going to run that there, and then I'm just going to lay this on top, line this up like that, give it a bit of a press down. I think I've got glue somewhere here. I do. It's always catching. Let's see whether there's glue here. No, there's not. Not on the side yet. So that's what we've got so far. Isn't that cute? So I'm going to set that aside. And I'm sorry if there's a bit of shadows. I'm having to film this at 10:30 at night because it's so hot. I did try and film this morning, but it got to about 28, 29 degrees in my office, and I just couldn't stand it any longer. So that was the end of that. So I'm trying again in the evening. So I do apologise for the poor lighting because of that. I'm going to take a bit of ribbon, and this is the sheer ribbon, and we're just going to try and do a bow if we can. So let's see what we can achieve here. Okay, tie that up. And I warn you, me and bows don't always see eye to eye. So we'll see what we actually come out with and whether it's of any good. Actually, it's not too bad. I could have done worse. We will take that as a win today, considering everything. I film my videos way ahead of time, like 6 to 7 weeks ahead of schedule, so it's the 11th of July here, and when I'm filming this, and it is blooming hot. That's all I can say. So we've got a little tag, and I'm gonna put that in there. Isn't that cute? So let's work on our little bit of decoration. So, gonna get a piece of scrap piece of basic white. I'm gonna have the Sunshine Vibes stamp set, and we need a little block. Just a small one will do. And I think we're gonna do hello again. So let's put that down on our grid paper to line it up. Now last time we stamped in Strawberry Slush, this colour here is Strawberry Slush, but this time I think we're going to mix it up and do it in Shy Shamrock. Not Shy Shamrock, I should say. Summer Splash. Quite similar colours actually. Shy Shamrock, just a little bit darker, but they're very similar colours. So I'm going to put that up there. Hello. That'll do. I don't know actually. Seems a bit smudged. Let's go the other side. First. And tap, 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 tap. Down. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, close that up. Ink pads don't like it when it gets so hot either, I have to say. Or at least mine don't. They prefer an even temperature like their user. Right. Let's put this back in its home. And now we're just going to punch this out using 2 1/8 inch punch. Is it 1/8? No, 3/8 inch punch. It's a large punch, I just know that. I'm going to punch that out there. I'm going to keep the hello towards the top. That will do nicely. That's the same as before. It is indeed. I love my circle punches. They will never ever leave my stash. So I'm going to use, whoopsie daisy, I'm just going to run this through the side of my cardstock, just so I have a little bit of contrast. Lovely. Perfect. Now I want to have a little bit of something to decorate with. So I'm going to bring in the pad of pattern paper and I'll look for something that we can use to decorate. So let's have a look. Here is the same pattern. I think I'm going to fussy cut a few of these flowers out just to decorate quickly. So let's get my fussy cutting scissors. I'm just going to cut out a few of these quickly. So what I'm going to do is just quickly do this off camera, I think. is just keep my scissors at a 45-degree angle and just, I'm not going to bother with the stems, so I'm just going to cut out some of these florals here, like that. I might just do it quickly here, and I'm not the world's best fussy cutter, not in a million months of Sundays. I do not have the patience for this. I will say that right up now. I should be moving the paper. I mean, I should be moving the paper, but I'm moving it a bit too much there. Need the paper, not the scissors. There's another bit. Let's try for this big floral here. And do you like fussy cutting? Do you find it something that some people say it's therapeutic? They sit in front of the TV or listen to a book and they fussy cut. You find it really relaxing. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. It didn't work for this girl. But let me know. Are you somebody who enjoys it, or I think it's one of those things that's a bit like Marmite. You either like it or you hate it. There's no real middle ground. Okay, I'm going to actually get rid of this bit as well. I don't like this. There we go. Let's do one more, and then we'll see what we've got when we put it together. Let's have a look here. Right. Let's see what we've got so far. So we can have that one there. I want to have something. I think we need one more, so I'm going to just quickly do that. So if by magic I've fussy cut everything out and I've arranged it on a little circle. So now it's time to stick it down with some glue. Okay, I'm just going to hide this point and put my circle there. I like that, it's cute. So then we've got some finishing touches here, and I'm going to use some of these shades of green hexagons. Oops, you can see them better here. And I think I'm going to use these darker ones this time. So I'm going to put one there, one down here. And I'm just going to keep them to this little tag. Okay, so there you go. There are our two cards from today, featuring the Florals and Bloom paper and the Sunshine Vibe stamp set. You've got this lovely little pocket hidden tuck spot there for your tag and fold over detail. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you wanted more information about the project, the supply list, the measurements, as I said, you'll find everything on the blog post and all the links are below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.